I am Dr. Heather Moore. I own Total Performance Physical Therapy. Tonight we're going to talk about shovel back, or your back that gets sore from shoveling, or the back that gets sore from using a snowblower. A lot of times people use a snowblower but don't realize that lifting it and maneuvering it also causes a sore back, a stiff back, and sometimes that comes with a little bit of vibration along with it. So it's really important that you don't just lay on the couch and pop some Advil if you're winding up with a stiff back or a sore back. A lot of people will wind up with some sort of back pain from shoveling, especially a snow like this. It was a little bit heavier, and this wasn't quite heart attack snow as they call it, where it's really heavy and a lot of people are prone to heart attacks. But there is that possibility that you have some sort of soreness, not probably enough to go get it checked out or worry about it, but how you deal with this back pain definitely can set you up for how you recover from future episodes of back pain, or is this next snow going to take you out? Hopefully there's no more snow, but we are only in the beginning of March, and unfortunately a lot of times that's when we really start to see snow. So we're going to go through 3 things today that you should be doing. Before we go over those 3 things, I do want to tell you that this is not you're going to do this for 2 minutes and you're going to be great and it's going to be fixed, okay? So you want to make sure that 1, you do these continuously, all right? So these are going to be done a couple times. 2, you do them nice and slow. The more you do them, the quicker you are going to get better, but you don't do them continuously for an hour, okay? So when you are suffering with some sort of back pain, when you're suffering with some sort of soreness following shoveling, it generally can be a muscle issue. It usually is a muscle issue. To find out exactly what it is, come in here and we can let you know. But a lot of times that's a muscle issue, and muscles do better when they're moving. Even though when you start out moving, especially if you're sore and you just wake up, or you come in and you're like, oh my gosh, the last thing I want to do is move. Moving is actually really, really good for it. It's going to help loosen that up. So, if you wind up with that sore back, you can definitely put a hot pack on it or an ice pack, whatever you prefer. But I'm going to show you a couple exercises you want to do in order to loosen that up. Again, these are done a couple times throughout the day. I'm going to give you advice on sets, but really the more you do them, the better it is, and the more you avoid laying down or standing or sitting or any static posture for a long period of time, the better off you're going to be. So gentle walking is really the best thing if you're winding up with sore back from shoveling. That's the best thing in order to kind of relieve it. So the first exercise is, a lot of times when you have a stiff back, you just kind of want to be more like this. Maybe your hands are on the counter, maybe your hands are on your knees, and you're just kind of more hunched over, okay? Don't really want to be standing up too straight, but you're just kind of stuck in this position. So all you want to do when that happens is you just want to kind of tuck your pelvis under and then stick it back. So you're kind of doing like a cat and a camel stretch that you would do like if you were on all 4s, but a lot of people are not able to get down on the ground, and if they do, they're not getting back up. So you just, however you are, whether your hands are on the counter, whether they're on your knees, okay? And it doesn't matter if it's just a little bit of movement, okay? It doesn't have to be the whole thing, all right? But you want to start with that just gentle movement of your low back, okay? Now, if you're not in that position and you're not hunched over and you're just kind of standing up, just start doing it when you're standing up, okay? So you just want to tuck your pelvis under, kind of like you're doing a sit-up, a crunch, and then let it go, all right? And that's just nice and easy, okay? And you want to do that. Again, this is a gentle exercise. If you're really pushing and you're feeling pain, it shouldn't be painful. It's going to be uncomfortable. You're not going to want to move, but gentle movements are going to help this. And then as you're able to make your way down onto the floor, that's kind of the easiest movement that you can get. Now, a lot of times I'll see people doing a lot of this, okay? If your back is sore, it's definitely from twisting. You don't want to be twisting unassisted, okay? So the next thing you're going to want to do is you do want to get down onto the floor once you're able to get there, okay? And all you're going to do is you're just going to sit back on your heels, nice and easy, okay? A lot of times, especially after shoveling, that's enough of a stretch, okay? You don't have to necessarily sink all the way down, reach your hands out forward, drop your head, because that's going to be really, really tough, okay? But a lot of times if you're just on all 4s and you just sit back nice and easy, okay? And then come back up. Now, if you can stay there and hold that, great. Drop your head, even better. All right, but that's gonna help you really kind of loosen up nice and easy. And the final thing you wanna do, and this is where you're gonna have to kind of see where you're at with how you're feeling, is you're gonna do some rotation. So you're gonna take one arm and you're gonna lift it up towards the sky, okay? And then you're just gonna thread it underneath your shoulder, all right? Now, this probably sounds horrific to anybody who's suffering from back pain. So this may be your movement at first, okay? And you're just here, and it's nice and easy, okay? And you're just doing this. And as you get better, you're able to reach your arm all the way up and then all the way through, okay? And I'll kind of show you that from this angle just so you get a different look. This is the ultimate goal, is to go all the way through, okay? Rest your head on the ground even, all right? But again, if you just start here, where you're on the ground and you're just like this, okay? That's enough, okay? And that's gonna allow that twisting motion to open up, all right? As always, when you're shoveling, you wanna do as much pushing with your legs, okay? Or as much bending with your legs as you can, as opposed to, you know, everybody I saw shoveling on the way into work this morning was just like this. That's what's gonna cause you the back pain, just that sheer twisting, okay, using that back. You really wanna make sure that you are bending from the knees, but in all reality, most of us don't ever do that, and we wind up with stiff back, sore back, pop the Advil, lay down, and hope it all goes away. It will go away if you do that, but it will cause some issues in the future, like if it snows again. So it's really not something I advise doing. Go down, get into those 3 exercises. Again, no real prescription in terms of sets or reps, because the more you're able to move, the better you are. If you want to get into the hot shower and just start doing this, okay, nice and easy, that's where you start. And then you get onto your hands and knees, okay, and then you start to loosen things up.